There have been 6 different winners from 3 different nations, and today we'll crown yet another new women's singles champion at the 2011 Australian Open. Welcome to the Darebin International Sports Centre in Melbourne, a national title on the line, so this is a big one, and there's a real buzz around the rink at Darebin. It's a handsome trophy, and it certainly comes with serious bowls prestige. It's not just the trophy and the cheque that make this event special. Hundreds of players from around the country have been trying to qualify just for the main draw, so to make it through to the final is an outstanding achievement. Now Sam Shannahan and Lisa Phillips want to take that extra step. How do they feel about their chances?
I've kind of decided to approach it the same as I have with all the other games. I've taken it easy, leading up to it, sort of the same routine, wearing the same clothes, same socks and everything lucky like that. Just going to be pretty cruisy about it, not put too much pressure on myself, and be pretty confident, and I think that should do the job.
Really tricky conditions, so I guess we both have to play in it, so I'll just be coming out and hoping I can be as consistent as I was yesterday and carry on the form and see if I can get over the line, and perhaps luck will be on my side.
Well, it's going to be challenging out there, not just because of the tension attached to a final. It's a windswept Darebin rink. Here's Ian Schuback.
Thank you, Steve. Well, down here at ringside, there is a real buzz around this green for the women's singles final. We've got 2 players of vastly different personality types, but what they'll both have to contend with today is this gustily northwesterly wind in Melbourne. And trust me, there's nothing more difficult to play bowls in than a windy conditions here in Darebin. Tough conditions for both players. Mentally, they'll both be really tested today.
Some clouds around. I don't think we're going to get any rain, but we're certainly going to feel the presence. Well, it would be an injustice to call it a breeze. It's a wind, and it's strong. Terry Crozier from the Northern Territory. She's a marker for this one. The players were having a good friendly chat prior to the game, but the game faces on now from Sam Shannahan, and whoever wins this final, Shuey, it's the biggest result of their young careers.
Absolutely, Steve. Not to mention the $18,000 goes with the winner's trophy.
Yes. That buys a lot of petrol or time on your mobile phone or whatever it is that is your primary concern at 17 or 19. Not a bad start from Lisa Phillips in the black. I asked them before if they've played once, just the once before, some years ago at an under-18 event and a few practice matches. But for what it's worth, I think Sam won that earlier encounter, Shuey.
Yes, I also asked Lisa. She said she was only 13 at the time. I think she's looking at turning the tables today. She's just coming back from the green, Steve. I did not believe it was so windy. It is just belting through the gap between the grandstand and the backboard. A bowl within a metre today is going to be extremely difficult to beat.
Sam Shannahan is holding. She's got one right on the centre line, just short of the jack. I don't think in her semi-final she played anywhere near her best, and yet she sort of struggled through for the win. It might actually be close for a shot. Maybe it's a measure. Oh, you see, it's even keeping the cap on will be a job today. She thought she might be close. She's often a good judge and tends to give you a running commentary, does Lisa. Hard to get the call right in these conditions, Shuey, even when you're commentating your own bowls.
It is, and that's a bit of a worry because she thought she'd had the shot. Overweight. This is looking better from Sam. Might bring 2 bowls in. That was a good result. It is not the conditions to be drawing to save. If you're 2 or 3 or maybe 4 down today, you've got to get one of those first couple of bowls somewhere near the jack.
Last bowl, first end, first set. Women's singles final. She can't believe that's not coming back. It should duck in with the wind, but that's not sometimes how it goes here. So it's going to be a result, I think, for Shannahan, but
First time it looked like yours.
it might require a measure or two here. And happy that it's 2 for Shannahan. She'll be happy too. Sam is off and running in the final. 2 in the first end. I suppose it gives the wind less opportunity to affect the bowl over a shorter distance. Look at what it's doing to Sam's hair. And yours when you were out there, Shuey. I was worried about you.
Don't worry about your hair today, Steve. Line and length and hold tough. Just try to wobble them up within a metre. It's very important tactically in these conditions, Steve, not to chop and change, forehand, backhand, forehand. Stay on the side you know best. A lot of players make the mistake, they change their hand, and then all of a sudden, instead of dropping 1, they could actually drop a match-losing number like a 3 or a 4. It appears to me as though Sam has found the speed slightly better.
She's a good, steady draw shot player.
Well, she's a specialist lead, and leads, as we've said often, leads generally make good singles players, whereas Lisa is a shot maker. She's a live wire, but she's going to have to be really mentally tough today and stay on the draw shot.
Second shot for Phillips. Shanahan's slightly short bowl is the shot. This one a little quicker. Very good line though. Crashes on the Shannahan bowl, but the first 6 bowls really within the width of a bowl of the centre line, allowing for the fact that white bowl crashed on the Shannahan.
Yeah, the wind, sorry, Steve. The wind is coming over the player's right shoulder, and it's always easier to play with a prevailing wind rather than to be into a stiff, gusty breeze. So I'm sure both players will draw closer in this direction. When you see the white flags behind them, that's coming downwind. This is going to be a terrible result. Drawing for 2, now 1 down.
What's going on up there, please? Take 1.
Oh, she's going to take it. Took no time at all to decide that. As soon as she heard she was holding, Lisa Phillips said, well, that'll do. I'm not playing this last bowl. That was incredibly quick decision. I think she realised the way that came to rest, she wasn't going to get 2 out of that in these conditions. And she also was happy to take the word of our marker, Terry Crozier. That was the case. Makes her mind up fairly smartly, does Lisa Phillips, and it's 2-1 after 2.
And Lisa Phillips, folks, are happy to take the
Short to medium length. Phillips dropped a 2 in the first end, picked up 1 in the second. Gusts of wind, we're being told, around 30 kilometres an hour. That'd make for an adventurous day on the bay, Shuey.
Port Phillip Bay here in Melbourne, Steve. You would not catch me on a yacht today or anything with a sail. I want plenty of power underneath to crash through the waves. I think it'd be very dangerous on the bay today. Another tip I could offer our very big number of keen bowling viewers is, it's a very good correction, not to chop and change your hand, but also in these conditions, don't outfox yourself and change the length too often. Find a range that you're comfortable with and just pretty well stick to that length all day long.
Weight's fine, line's not. Recent winners of the women's singles, Joycey Lindors last year. Kelsey Cottrell has another good one in, makes it 3. Katrina Wright. Lena Ahmed in 2007, preceded by Julie Keegan and Roma Dunn in 05. Just can't take enough grass at the moment. Sam Shannahan at this end. In danger of dropping a big number here.
You mentioned Katrina Wright and Kelsey Cottrell, Steve, in the quarter final. Sam Shannahan knocked out Kelsey Cottrell 8-3, 8-1. It's a very good win there. Roma Dunn, Commonwealth Games silver medalist, in a tiebreaker.
Lost to 8 there, Phillips. Well, this is a big bowl. Doesn't want to drop 3 here. Must take a wider line. She's done that. Has she sent it? Hasn't. Well, it's a great line, but you've got to get it down there. And she drops a 3. Well, Phillips wins a 3, however you like to put it. But it's 4-2 to Lisa Phillips.
Final and 3 shots for Lisa Phillips in the black.
Lisa Phillips. Got that tough, competitive nature about her. Wow, listen to that wind. It's really troubling the grandstand. The temporary shelters put up, they're rocking and moving and creating a bit of noise too.
Sam at the moment, Steve, is just playing far too many short bowls. If you're going to err on a green like this today, you really need to get the first one beyond and be taking weight off, because if you're outdrawn, as Sam is on this occasion, your opening bowl can actually prove to be a blocker. And if she crashes on her opening bowl now, she'll be still 2 down and really in big trouble once again. So it's important to know if you're dropping short, and just try to get that first bowl up to the head.
Holding on. Thank you.
1 and a measure's the indication from Terry Crozier. Lisa's quite a quick player too, Shuey.
Very quick on the decision making. Yeah, she does intimidate quite a few opponents with her mannerisms, and she does have a very bad habit of finishing well in front of the mat when her bowl stops rolling. The rules of the game say when your bowl stops rolling, you must be behind jack high or past behind the mat, or at least making an effort to get there, not be standing 4 or 5 metres in front.
Thank you.
Again, Sam has been caught short with 3 bowls.
Oh, good one coming in here from Phillips. That'll take some beating. There's a passage through to it, Shuey, on the backhand side for Shannahan.
Yes, if that ball had stayed on the line, Sam would have had to go to the forehand, but she'll stay on the right-hand side of the line, come through the gap or attempt to, and sit on that bowl and stay.
Vince's grandstand's going to fall down in a minute.
Come back. How's the line? And finds the hole, unfortunately for Sam Shannahan, and it's 3 consecutive ends for Phillips. Certainly 1, probably 2.
That includes the 4th end, and
Lisa Phillips just lets the marker know. 2, black. And that's 6-2. Phillips with the mat, 5th end. She's got all her 6 shots in succession here, a 1, 3 and a 2, after dropping a 2 in the first. When she gets on a roll, the pace of play just increases if it suits her, and could be in Sam's interest just to slow it down a little.
That's right, Steve. Sam would be well advised to follow maybe the 3rd bowl up to the head. That's a much better opening bowl.
In her semi-final, of course, Lisa Phillips won the first set against Charlie Harkness 15-1 in 7 ends. Didn't need the last 2. Just stormed away with it.
What I was saying just a while ago, Steve, about chopping and changing hands. There's a good example. Lisa played a close forehand draw with the opening bowl, and then for some strange reason switched to the backhand to try and probably rest Sam's bowl out. It was short and narrow. It allows extra room for Sam to draw a second. Now she's blocked the backhand, so she'll have to now chop back to the forehand.
Last bowl, please. How far short is the last bowl? The last bowl.
So tactically, this is how you can drop a big count when you're chopping and changing.
Mm.
53%, that's quite good today. A draw shot within a good metre of the jack.
Whoops, that's a loose one, and there are going to be a few of those. Good day for kite surfing, sure. You want to have a lash at that?
Oh, I don't think you'd ever hit the ground if you took off, Steve, would you? You'd never come back to the water or the... Again, see the turn on this backhand, really well underneath. Might be second shot.
Drops the bowl on the mat, does Sam Shannahan, and comes for a walk.
Yeah, you'd want to be an elite windsurfer today to be out in it. Not a beginner.
Yes, this might be one of those tempo walks. Slow it all down. She's holding 1. She has last say here in the 5th end.
Going back to her favourite forehand, I think that's a good idea. She's drawing well on this forehand side into the wind.
Nearly tipped one into the count, and in the end did not. So has to accept the 1. The deficit's back to 3, 6-3 after 5 ends. Phillips leads Shannahan. Women's singles final. Shannahan starting the 6th end, trailing by 3, has to really be the next to score here. If Phillips extends the lead, won't be good. And she's left this way short. Into the breeze. Hard to get it up there. Does the wind dry out the rink a lot, Shuey, or should it get quicker?
Tiff Dwarf generally does, Steve, although we've had a bit of rain the last couple of days, so it's a slowish green for our bowling viewers, about 13 seconds. That's a bowl delivered to reach 27 metres, so you've got to make sure, especially on these longer lengths over 25 metres, you've got to really make sure you're up there with the first bowl. You can see some green patches as well on the green. It's a little bit... Sorry, I just crawl out from under the tape. I thought something was coming down there. It's a little bit too paced. The wide side is not as wide as what Lisa Phillips thinks, Steve. The wind is blowing straight almost across the rink, left to right, but it's sheltered by the grandstand.
And Shanahan's tried to lose a metre and lost 5. It's drive you to distraction trying to make the correct adjustment.
You've got to expect a lot of bad bowls today, Steve. You just don't... The trick is not to get too worried. Sam's dropping far too many bowls short. But you've got to expect some wide ones, narrow ones. Don't worry about the width so much. Just try to feel the correct weight. Remember the weight.
Lisa just saying the market. Not a very appealing head, is it? Well, just about found the weight. Certainly got the shot. Well, 2 now. And this all helps. I doubt that they've ever played in a stronger wind. Wow, it's not a day to be wearing a hairpiece to the bowl, Shuey. It'll just go.
No, I nearly lost mine out there, Steve. It was
Where's my rug?
This is the type of shots that you don't like playing when you're a couple down and you've got to try to draw within a metre of the jack. She's played it pretty well.
Played it very well. In it comes, swooping in now. Oh, excellent bowl. Lisa Phillips has just made it pretty tough for Sam Shannahan to get out of trouble here in the first.
And 1 shot for the black.
1 good bowl out of 4. That was the one to take it to 7-3. Bright sunshine. On Port Phillip Bay, we're being told, gusts of up to 65 kilometres an hour. And here, up to 35. 50, I beg your pardon. And Lisa Phillips sailing along nicely, Shuey.
Yeah, she's got a tail breeze. It's easy going for Lisa at the moment, Steve. She's looking like a winner at this early stage, but how often have we seen the player that loses the first set come back, and before we know it, we're into a tiebreaker. Holding a very straight line, running out against the bias.
Oh, fantastic effort. Phillips seems to have it worked out. Great response from Shannahan.
Short of both those bowls, please. How far short of both
Needed one
bowls?
more roll.
That bowl there, is that far short? Your bowl?
Okay, thank you.
Change of mind. Forehand now.
For our non-bowling viewers, the stickers on the bowls, the big ring, there's a big ring and a small ring, go on each of the sides of the bowl. The big ring is the outside of the bias, and the small ring is the inside. So something you've always got to check in case you put down a wrong bias and the bowl may veer off into the grandstand. So always got to check that you have the right bias. This is looking very good onto the jack. Great bowl from Sam Shannahan.
Good enough for one and a measure for the second. And which side does she want to come in on, Shuey?
Well, she should stay on the side she knows best, which is the backhand. I know Lisa has a bowl coming in, but she only has to beat the bowl on the right-hand side of the line there, her own blue bowl, and she will count. So you use that bowl as your guide, and you just draw to beat your own blue bowl.
Sent it too narrow. Oh, what an opportunity lost for Shannahan to really give herself a chance here in this first set. But one is all she gets, and would need a maximum count in the ninth end to halve the set.
It's Lisa Phillips 8, Sam Shannahan 4.
It's 8-4 to Phillips.
The first set of the Australian Open Women's Singles Final for 2011.
Sam Shannahan chasing full count. Must be up. Must be lucky. Oh, and she's metres short. Is Lisa Phillips doing anything different tactically that separates her from Sam Shannahan? Or is it just adjusting the wing better?
Well, she's playing the backhand. She's playing more bowls on the grandstand side, and she's been avoiding the corporate side. Sam's been playing forehand this way into the wind, consistently short, as Lisa played the backhand. So I think for Sam in the second set, she should think about playing the backhand, although with bowls like that, it's going to be tough to beat. I think if I was in the shoes of Sam Shannahan, with the experience that I've had, I would go long ends. I think you've got to make it, you've got to challenge not only yourself but your opponent as well. And she's a very good draw shot player, Sam. She has had international experience. So I think as a draw shot player, she would go 36 metres and back herself to outdraw Lisa. Lisa's a shot maker, and it's much more difficult to make good conversion shots on long ends. And that is a very disappointing bowl. She has not even passed the opening bowl. So there's no possibility of Sam scoring 4. She'll be starting to think about the second set. So will Lisa. Happy to go one down.
How about that grouping in these conditions? That's unbelievable.
Not a bad idea. Release a bit of tension, have a drive.
Yep.
Happy to drop the one is Lisa Phillips and take the first set by a score of 8-5. She was pretty steady in the breeze, and she's halfway to the title. Sam Shannahan will have something to say about that in the second set. So too will Drew Morfitt, and we'll have a special guest commentator in as well to join Shuey.
8-5.
Thank you, Steve. Start of the second set. Lisa, 8-5 in the first. Oh, it's a great draw shot to start. Putting pressure right on from the word go. And our special guest, Steve mentioned, pairs champion here at this Australian Open, Australian International, Karen Murphy. Welcome to the ABC microphone.
Thank you, boys. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, that's a good reply. Good reply by you, Karen, and a good reply on the ring. Very tough conditions.
Yes, it's not easy out there today. Very gusty. Wind's not consistent at all, playing tricks and on the bowls.
Might hold for the jack. Ooh, not far off.
Still holding.
Karen, what would you do if, what advice would you give Sam Shannahan after dropping that first set? Do you see that there's any way back for Sam?
Yeah, I think so, Shuey. I certainly agree with you in suggesting to Sam that would go long. Lisa is a shot maker and Sam is a very, very good draw bowler with a lot of experience. It is much harder to convert the head on a longer end, and I think that would be a great tactic for Sam to play.
Just pause there for a sec when there was a real gust of wind coming through. Not taking much bias here, holding up against the wind. But it is narrow. When you played in the pairs, it was a bit of rain. It wasn't so much the wind. The conditions have been difficult all week, haven't they?
Very interesting conditions. The wind's been gusty at times. We've had a lot of rain. The green speed has varied a lot, Drew, so it's really changed every day.
Vulnerable head here. This is the type of shot that Lisa could make after having a look at it with the previous bowl. Just escaped a bullet there. Jack down the line was 4 shots for Lisa, so...
Here Sam is 1 down, 2 down, or she's, beg your pardon, she is 1 up, so trying to make it 2, having lost the first set.
Pulled the switch to the forehand, less chance of giving the shot away, and quite unlucky, almost sat the second shot. But she'd be very pleased to take the 1 on the opening end of the second set.
And that completes the first end.
Start of the third end. Sam Shannahan, the oldie in this final. She's 19. 28 metres she's gone for. Good start.
Excellent. That's the best opening bowl you can play in singles, just directly in front of the jack and not touching. Just leave a small gap. If the bowl is resting on the jack, you've only got any contact at all and the jack will spring a long way. So when you've got a gap, it certainly makes the shot a little bit safer. Karen, I'm keen on your opinion of Lisa in terms of intimidating opponents. She seems to have this in the semi-final against Charlie Harkness. Charlie looked all at sea and Lisa was just absolutely loving the experience. Do you think she's a type of player that would intimidate some opponents?
Yeah, I think so, Shuey. I actually feel that it's an area in Lisa's game that she's really improved. You know, she's a young player, very intense on the green, and I've actually been working with her a little bit, just giving her a few tips, and I really have noticed a big change in her demeanour and how she holds herself on the green, and I think that's, you know, to be a complete player, I think that's very important to, you know, to have a great demeanour and come across. And I often say to young players that I often try and put myself in the stands, and when I'm watching me, what do I look like? You know, especially to look and hold your head up high when you're down is very, very hard to do. It's good advice for some young players.
Yeah, she burst onto the scene last year at the Queensland Open at Bribie Island. And she defeated Beck Quayle in a gripping final. Another young player, Beck Quayle from Tasmania. It certainly appears, Karen, that the younger girls are really starting to come to the fore in these major events.
It certainly makes you and I feel old, Shuey. I know that.
It's
great to see. It's great for Australian bowlers, for the future of international Australian bowlers, that's for sure.
What does Sam do about this? Does she leave that alone for fear of spoiling what she has and happy with one?
Well, it's probably not a good idea to put one right next to it. I think Drew, knowing Lisa's got a very good drive on her, I think Sam can get another one round about. She'd be happy with that.
In these conditions, though, Drew, it's almost impossible to place your point where you're at. You know, you might be trying to get a bowl, let's say, half a metre behind the jack, and you pull up right alongside it. So you've just got to hope that you don't broaden the target. Oh, she's going for the best backward. That was a deliberate bowl, I would suggest. Cover Lisa's 3 bowls behind the head. Smart move. Hang on to the one you've got and cover the danger. If Lisa played weight, it looks almost impossible until you do it a few times, as she could fly through, miss the shot bowl and flick her own nearest bowl out, and she'd actually drop a 3 instead of dropping a 1. So she needs to be a little bit cautious here and careful in her choice of weight.
Final bowl this end. She's down 1. Doesn't look like she's going to affect it. In fact, promoted her opponent for a 2.
Now in the second set of the women's singles final between Sam Shannahan and Lisa Phillips. Just waiting for confirmation of the shot count. Sam definitely holding 1. And Lisa,
so that's a nice bonus for Sam Shannahan. She's won all 3 ends in this second set. And the 2 gives her a 4-0 lead.
To Sam Shannahan over Lisa Phillips in this second set. Lisa does lead 1-6.
Sam Shannahan, she lost the first set, but she started well in the second. 4-0 up. And it was her good opening bowl on the previous end which really set it up. Not quite as good this time, but on a windy day, not too shabby.
That's 8 or 9 out of 10, Drew. Be many more bowls outside that first one than inside it.
Since she's had control of the mat, she's gone for the longer ends that you suggested she should. This is 30 metres, and well, it's turned the scoring around.
She has. Yeah, I'd go a little bit longer. I would test it out over 35, 36, but she has got a winning length going. I agree with that.
In gusty conditions, it can be very frustrating because your bowl just doesn't do what it's supposed to, and I think the player that gets less frustrated, you know, is often successful.
A good tip I'd like to offer to our viewers is that when you're playing in conditions like this or in the rain and your opponent says, oh, it's terrible conditions today, isn't it? You always agree and think to yourself, well, that's good, they're worried, I'm not. You can't control the weather, and unfortunately most players worry themselves out of a game. There's very interesting momentum now, Drew. Sam's won the last 2 ends of the first set, the first 3 ends of this set. She scored 5 straight, 6-0. So she's on some sort of roll at the moment and maintaining an advantage at the head at the moment with just 1 shot.
Like a back marker in a handicap race. She's behind on the scoreboard, but has the momentum. Lisa riding this home. Has she given it enough? No.
Still holding.
Very important that Sam draws another shot near the head because she's 1 down, but Lisa has 3 seconds, which is 2nd, 3rd and 4th nearest to the jack. So Lisa will be driving at the shot bowl unless Sam could draw another one into the head, and this is looking pretty good for her.
Miss her own bowl. Take the jack. Beautiful bowling. She wasn't going this well earlier on, but look at her now.
That's Sam's mum there, Andrea, and boyfriend Pete in the grandstand. Very happy with that.
I wonder if Peter or Mum will get hold of anything of the prize money. A lot of prize money for a teenager. They might be there at the front door with a handout.
Tactically, you would try to draw a second shot here, but knowing Lisa Phillips, she's likely to rattle up with a bit of weight.
Needs to hold up. Lisa's run, Sam's run continues.
4 ends down in this second set, waiting for the shot count.
That one out.
One for sure. Measure for the next.
Sam looks to be definitely holding one, and Lisa has come out as she looks to.
No dramas. 2.
Well, a real momentum shift. That's another 2. And 6-0 in the second set. Sam Shannahan on fire.
That one set that Lisa Phillips.
Well, we look as though at this stage, we could be going to a tiebreaker because the first set went to Lisa Phillips and the second set remarkably in the favour of Sam Shannahan, 6-0. Sam's opening bowl again puts a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Drew. I wouldn't ride Lisa Phillips off just yet. 6 behind, 5 to play, and Sam has rolled a slightly shorter length, which I think will suit Lisa. If she could score a couple of consecutive ends, she's a player that can find the... She can find good luck with that. She can find the finishing line. She knows where it is. A lot of players get shaky near the end of a match, and I think that's when Lisa Phillips plays her best bowls.
This end downwind and the breeze, top left to bottom right.
How do you feel, Karen, about the outcome of the match and the momentum at the moment?
Look, I said before the match it was going to be close, and I think I'll stick with that, Shuey. I think it could potentially go to a tiebreaker, and they're two totally different types of players. Sam's a very good draw shot player. Lisa plays the big shots. She's got all the shots in the book.
Sam Shannahan from Lara, in between Melbourne and Geelong. And Lisa is from Richmond Union, just in inner city.
Just got the shot, please. With the front one or the one out there? Is it my front bowl that's the shot? Is my front bowl the shot or is it the one behind? So that's a shot. Okay, thank you.
Gee, I don't think so, is
That's
it?
a terrible mistake made by Terry Crozier. She just didn't hear the question. The front bowl is definitely the shot. Lisa's thinking it's the back bowl, so she's likely to be heavy, drawing up to beat the back bowl. So just completely misunderstood or did not hear the question from Lisa Phillips.
Well, I think the wind's getting into people's ears.
No, she's
Very
gotta be-
difficult to hear.
She's got to be happy with this because she's accidentally drawn a second.
Need a megaphone. I've got no idea what you're saying at all.
Yeah, no.
Please, sorry.
Terry apologised. I've got no idea what you're saying, but
Something about the bowl behind.
No, I was asking which bowl was shot.
The one in the front.
Yeah, no, I just... No, it's okay. No worries. I
that
understand that you
happens-
can't hear, yeah.
When that happens, ask can you
Ask
come down.
Yeah, that's okay. No worries at all.
Gee, I think Lisa took that really well.
oh, that's the coaching from Karen Murphy. She would have blown up 12 months ago. They would have had the umpire out there to separate them, Drew.
No worries at all. Gee whiz.
Well, I just felt the shorter length that Sam has rolled might suit Lisa, and in these conditions, I would rather be a shot maker than a draw shot player. You've got to be able to pluck a ball out of the head. You've got to play more weighted shots. At the moment, Sam, I think, is at least one down, maybe two. Oh, this is looking good. That might be the shot.
Lisa making her own measurements. She wasn't asking the market.
If Lisa is one down, this might be the type of shot that suits her. She's got choices. She can either just draw the shot, but if she feels she's one down, she could play weight through that bowl, and if she's a little bit narrow, she's got 2 bowls coming up. So the percentages, the best option is to play over draw weight, firm, expect a good result. She could make 2 or 3 with a little bit of weight here.
I just said to Lisa, Sam, because it's so windy and I'm having trouble hearing down here. If I can't understand, ask me, you come down. Push, 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 push.
Just gets past the short bowls and definitely in for shot. So Lisa is on the board in this second set. Here's the start of a comeback, maybe. Sam leads 6-2. Running out of ends for Lisa to come back in this second set. 7-2's a very tidy lead for Sam Shannahan to level this and take it into a tiebreak.
It's one-sided scorecard in the second set, well, predominantly Drew, but it's not without reach. 5 shots on 3 ends. It's not beyond Lisa Phillips.
Gee, she wanted it a bit closer, put more pressure on than that.
What's that one?
The last bowl?
It is the shot though, Drew.
Yeah.
And you know, you'd be surprised how difficult that one is to beat.
Sam Shannahan here has won 7 of the last 8 ends.
Look at this though, Drew. If this is light and narrow, you would agree, Karen, the pressure builds quickly in a situation like this.
Yeah, it certainly does. If Lisa can draw this bowl right on top of the jack or roundabouts, put some pressure on Sam, I think we'll certainly get Lisa's tail up.
Hang.
And that's
pretty much roundabouts.
Pretty good.
And she's on track for a full count of 4, Drew. That would put a 1 behind with 2 ends to play. And this is the big bowl because no player likes to be 3 down playing their last. She looks to have overplayed the line, overplayed the weight. This is basically just a bonus bowl coming up. Lisa should be able to slot a 3rd in. You've only got to drop, in these conditions, drop your concentration for 1 end. And the big problem is then that your confidence can get destroyed very quickly. Well, that's 3.
Probably in for 3, yeah. There's only been 1 3 in the match, and that was early on for Lisa in the first set. Now this is a big bowl here for Sam Shannahan.
Not up.
Well, there's all that to aim at for a full count of 4 for Lisa Phillips.
Well, this is a big, big turning point in the game. Lisa strides back to the mat, Chewy, full of confidence.
She's got 4 on the scoreboard already, Karen. She'd be just jumping out of her skin with delight. She's back. And with just 2 ends to play after this, I think she's going to be hard to stop, even though she'll still be trailing.
Really need to make these shots count. You know, they're a gift in a game. Lisa's looking very good. It's coming into the head with great weight.
Not a problem for 4 shots.
Very good bowl.
Completion of the 17 second set. And
Oh, that is the maximum. A cruel blow for Sam Shannahan, who'd won 7 of the previous 8 ends. Chewy, I always knew you were good, but you are mighty good.
It's not over yet, Drew.
You see the breeze taking the kitty just off the centre line. There's 29. Definitely rolls it.
It's around that shadow again, Drew.
Oh.
It's probably a good idea not to take your line off that shadow because it moves a bit.
And Lisa Phillips, after an end where she got the maximum of 4, she's right back into this second set. And her opening bowl, once she had charge of the length, look at that.
It's as much the length as it is, Drew, about the confidence, the self-belief. She can see the finishing line. Just needs a couple of singles, win this end and the next, and she's got the title.
What Sam really needs not to think about is the 4 that she dropped on the previous end. She can really only control the controllables, which is the bowl in her hand.
In for 2. Breeze gusting, making life difficult. There's all sorts of things making life difficult for Sam Shannahan.
And I think Lisa will take off after this one, Drew. She'll probably beat it up to the head. She'll be up there putting more psychological pressure on Sam. No, she doesn't like it. She's not going.
Could promote the short one. Certain to. Is it 3?
Could be measured.
1 and a measure?
Yeah, 1 and a look, I think, Drew. And Sam's got to be very careful here not to come in heavy and narrow.
Gee, that worked back a long way from out there. What a bowl by Sam. You would have thought the breeze would be pushing that to go straight. And we did see a bowl earlier on run along the line. It was straight in the last few metres.
Yes, well, look at the angle. It's pretty straight on the blue bowl compared to Lisa's. This is the type of shot that Lisa won't mind playing. She's got a couple of short bowls coming up. Shot bowls available. She could trail the jack for 2. Even if she drops 1 on this end, she's still within reach on the next. Is looking very good.
Down! Down!
Gee, that's a great bowl. Didn't quite get the result. But in these conditions, that is fantastic bowling.
Sam won't play her last. Be very, very happy with 1.
Well, there we have it. 8-6 with 1 end to go. And Lisa only needs 2 to tie the second set to win the final. Very windy day in Melbourne for the women's singles final at the Australian Open. But it hasn't detracted from what has been a fantastic final. Sam Shannahan leads 8-6 with 1 end to play. Her opening bowl is putting good pressure on her opponent. Is that going to be enough to take it into a tiebreak?
Lisa has the advantage, Drew, of playing last, and invariably there is always a shot on to make a couple, Karen, with your last bowl.
Absolutely. Having the last bowl is a very big advantage, I think. Lisa's such a big shot maker that she could potentially play that type of shot.
She's the type of player as well. Sam's got a very good shot already, but she's the type of player that would go for the jack right now, Drew, and trail the jack back to her first bowl. Keep the same weight, tighten it up, knowing that she only needs 2 for the title. Keeps her arousal levels very high. She likes to be pumped. Sam likes to be calm.
She can get around those 2 short bowls, but she's pretty wide with this one.
Again, Sam's opening 2 bowls are short. I think she needs another closer one. It's not beyond Lisa Phillips to draw 2 to this head. It's a little bit early to start trying to cover the back. She probably feels in her mind if she could draw this, she could win the title. This one and the next.
Better line. Oh, what a bowl.
I think she's happy.
She gave it to Leighton Hewitt. Come on.
I think she likes it.
Well, tactically, Sam has a big decision to make. The ideal shot now is to draw close, draw second shot, but really near the jack. There's too much room for Lisa. A lot of players would search through here, rest the bowl, or try to trail the jack away, but with Lisa having one to play, I think Sam needs a bowl closer than 1 metre.
She's narrow. And she's short.
And Lisa Phillips is not going to get a better opportunity than this to win the title.
I'm backing her in, Shuey. I think she'll draw it.
Well, I'm amazed. She intimated backhand, psyching herself up. Why would you change, Karen, when you've just drawn a toucher on the forehand? I'd be very surprised to see her play backhand, but that's what she was looking at.
She lies 1. She makes it 2. She levels it at 8 all. And this for the Australian Open Championship. Not taking much borrow, but it's in there. It's enough. Up she goes. The 17-year-old Lisa Phillips wins the Australian Open. A phenomenal performance.
Lisa Phillips to be crowned the Australian Open champion in the women's singles for 2011.
Well, imagine that. With her come on, there was some comparison with Leighton Hewitt. Leighton Hewitt started to win when he was a teenager. Leighton Hewitt also jumped up into the crowd when he won Wimbledon. And Lisa Phillips has done it here at Darebin. The final bowl nailed it. The 2 shots enough. Well done, Lisa Phillips. And we'll meet the happy teenager with Steve.
Well, what a wonderful finish from Lisa Phillips. Lisa, first of all, tell us, what were you thinking needing 2 shots in that last end?
I just knew I had to give it my best. I knew that a draw was good enough, so I knew that I just had to get my bowls in there and hopefully they'd stay there till the end, yeah. As
you came off the rink, you sort of sunk to the ground. Can you tell us some of the emotions running through your veins at that point? Sheer shock, really. I just couldn't believe that I've come this far, and actually to win, I just couldn't believe it. It was just amazing. What's the trick to mastering these very demanding conditions today?
Well, really, you just have to think that you both have to play in it. I mean, I played 2 games earlier today in the conditions, which I think may have helped me a little bit, but I knew that as long as I could pick it up and just hopefully they stayed the same, I could, pull through.
Now, you've achieved so much so quickly. Have you got some goals set for your life in bowls?
I definitely want to play in the next Commonwealth Games, if not the World Championships, which would be fantastic. But hopefully keep going well at these Grand Prix events.
Lisa, congratulations. It was a wonderful final.
Thank you, Steve.
In our next program from the Australian Open, we'll bring you the first of the men's singles semi-finals with Leif Selby to play John Green. We look forward to your company then.